Okay, so you see, I put the spool holder directly behind this. Okay, agree? Thread, spool, I'm just putting it here. Alright? And then I'm looping it up here, so it's going this direction. Okay? Okay, somebody removed the thread but did not remove this, so I'm going to remove it first. So I just pull and throw away. Where's my dustbin? So, spool holder is here. Okay, you just need to make sure that the spool is not touching anything. And it should be directly here lah. So sometimes if you put too far away, it can be a problem as well because it's harder to pull the thread. The machine needs to work harder. See the arrow? Arrow here, arrow down, arrow up. So you just follow it. Basically, there is always a hook. And then you hook a second time. Okay? Just make sure the thread goes into this little metal piece here. You can see this little metal piece here. Okay, it needs to come into this little metal piece. Come down. Now this part here, you need to make sure that this is always up. Because there's a possibility it could go down like that as well. But you need to hand wheel towards you to make sure it's at the highest point here. Okay? Then you're going to U-turn, come up. So same thing, U-turn, come down. Same thing for all machines. Okay? So once you're here, same thing, you have one hook. You only have one hook. Easier for you. Okay? Which is this one here by the needle. Okay? Same thing, this machine comes with a semi-automatic needle threader. This one you just pull down all the way, it goes inside the eye of the needle already. Press all the way down. Then the hook here is the same. And then the hook is the same. And then it will loop up for you. You let go and then it will pull back by itself already. Okay, same thing. I'm going to pull in and go under the foot. Okay? Okay, now. So when you're loading the bobbin, this is called a top load bobbin. This is a side load bobbin. This is a side load bobbin. That means your bobbin is literally like that. That bobbin is flat. Okay? Different schools of thoughts. Some people say that side load bobbin is better. Some people say that top load bobbin is better. But anyway, I think sewing machines now are great enough to that both bobbins are fine. Okay? Okay, so for this sewing machine, okay, remember the P and the B? This sewing machine is a B. Okay? Can it work with a P? Of course it can. It can. It just like not so smooth, I would say. Like doesn't run as smooth. So still can. But it should be a B. Okay? So this thing here, there's a little lever this way. So when you put it in, okay, you see there's a little like gap here. This tail needs to go inside this gap here. Okay, that's the main thing you need to remember. Okay, so when you load this in, basically you just hold it with this little crevice here. Okay, you load it in with the letter B, but this crevice is facing you lah. It's facing you. Load it in with the letter B. Pull the thread to this crevice. Okay, you can see. Then you're going to pull it over to this hole over here. So I like to just hold the bobbin and just like bring it here. Done. Okay, so far? Once this is done, I make sure that my tail is long enough. So don't make the tail too short. Make sure it's long enough because later we need to pull it up like here. If it's too short, then you need to, it's just very different. Just a long tail is fine. So from here, this is facing upwards because remember the gap is up here. Then you're going to aim for this hole into here. Okay? So I would just put it, find a hole like that lor. But you see, it's still moving around, right? It shouldn't be moving around. So undo the little gap thing over here. And you're done. See, now it doesn't move around. I mean, it should be loose like that, but it shouldn't be able to, you know, do the full round kind of thing. Okay? Then the tail, you just put it here. and you close. Then this one, the nice thing about this machine, I mean they all have lah, but there's a little pouch here. I mean not the pouch, I mean a little storage area, so you can put your brushes and all inside. Okay, anyway, then this one just comes back in. Not done. We need to pull the tail up first. So I like to hold the top thread because this helps me. So at this point of time when you pull, you should still be able to pull. When the footer is down, it's usually hard to pull because the intention is you're telling the machine I'm ready to sew. So when you sew without the footer down, that's where all the problems arise. Okay, so footer must always be down. Okay, anyway, so how you take out the bobbin thread tail is you hold on to this hand wheel towards you. You see, I make sure that this is taut. You see the tail come out already. Then I just straighten the back, and I'm done. Then I can sew already. Okay, so the back stitch for this machine is over here. This is the back stitch. So when you back stitch, remember that one is a button. This is a lever. This is also a lever. This one. So these two are levers. Okay, so these are the back stitch levers. Okay. One thing you need to remember is when you're changing the dial, the needle, you need to make sure it's above the footer. If the needle is here, try not to change, or if the needle is inside even, don't change this because sometimes the needle will break. Oh, just need to remember that.